Hey guys, so a couple days ago I went to the theater and saw Happy Death Day. Continuing with my horror movie reviews for the month of October. Like I said, I'm gonna continue doing these. I'm gonna try to watch Babadook and Hush later this week, and then maybe the Snowman. I might add the Snowman onto that list. I'm not hearing good things about it, but I can go see it for free basically with my Movie Pass card. So I probably will go check that out, even though I'm not hearing good things about it. I'm kind of curious as to why that movie's not getting good reviews now. 'Cause it didn't look that bad. But yeah, that's probably coming up in the next week. But anyways, Happy Death Day. This was a movie I kind of like. I thought it was kind of clever from the trailers. I was like, all right, it's a slasher movie mixed in with Groundhog Day. Why not? Never seen something like that done before. That sounds like a plot for a movie, a slasher movie that could be kind of fun if done right. Yeah, it was being rated PG-13, which worried me. Anytime you have a PG-13 rating on a slasher film, that's usually never a good thing. But it's like, hey, maybe this will be good. This will be exceptional. And the reviews have been decent for this since it's been out, and it's now the number one movie at the box office. So I was like, that was kind of cool. I mean, being released on Friday the 13th kind of helped. That being a pretty big day for like horror films usually. And yeah, it was pretty good. I liked Happy Death Day. I actually really did. It was kind of clever and kind of funny. It is. It's basically in a lot of ways a horror slash comedy. There's a lot of funny moments in the movie. There are intentional funny moments. There are a lot of like decent like scares. I might say this movie's like scary or really scary or anything, but it's a pretty decent little slasher flick too. On top of it, it's one of those things. Is like I miss the slasher genre. I mean, I really do. I love the slasher genre. Always have. It's like a dying art form that I wish would kind of continue going on. But I'm hoping maybe this will continue, like making slasher movies a little bit more popular again. The main girl in this movie was really fucking good. She was really good. I was worried though, going like once the movie started and you're introduced to this character, because this character at the beginning of this movie was insufferable. She was kind of insufferable. Like I'm like, oh god, this is the main character for this movie. And we have to follow her for the rest of this fucking thing. Oh boy, this is gonna be a long fucking sit. Because she's kind of a terrible person. Even more so terrible than you usually get in like any movies like this. Usually when you get like these Groundhog Day-esque movies, you follow a character who has many flaws and it's kind of not a good person. But this was kind of like going overboard. She's like sleeping with a professor that is married. She's kind of letting on a lot of guys in this college that she goes to. She wakes up in a mysterious guy's dorm room that she don't know. She don't remember what happened last night. She's kind of bitchy to everybody that she's friends with, apparently, that especially in her sorority. She's kind of stuck up, yada yada yada. She don't talk to her dad. You're like, what? Like, wow, this fucking character just seems like so when she gets killed within like the first 10 minutes, you're like, oh, that was kind of nice. But then you obviously follow her more and more because she keeps reliving the day over and over again. And as she got along, it's like, okay, this like you see the character becomes more fleshed out. And you see why she's kind of this way that she is. And like she becomes kind of a three-dimensional character for the most part. Giving her a backstory of her family issues, and she is kind of a decent person. The girl is really good. Like I said, I've never seen her really in anything ever before, but this is like a breakout performance for her. She was kind of funny and kind of like I said, she played Mean Girl pretty well. Like over the top mean girl at the beginning, but like she has a lot of redeeming qualities. I said, this I like this movie had a lot of clever ways of like finding, like at the beginning with finding clever ways like to kill the main character. Like I love the montage of her like trying to find out the suspects. Like she's trying to go through a list of people that she thinks is the killer, so she's visiting them every day to try to find out like if they are the one who's doing it. And she finds out they have pretty much an alibi why they might not be doing it. And then she gets like randomly, just out of nowhere, randomly the killer will just sneak up on her and fucking kill her. That was a pretty funny montage. I love there was a weird little thing that this movie introduced that I wish they would have delved more upon. And that was this. There was this whole subplot of her every day, like the more and more she would relive it the same day over and over again, the more she would grow weaker, and that she was starting to grow scar tissue from being stabbed all the time, and all the other different ways she was being murdered. And it's like, that's kind of an interesting twist on this idea that's never been done before in like in one of these Groundhog Day-esque movies. And I was like, that was kind of interesting. I wish they would have delved more upon it. It kind of just gets forgotten about like towards the end of the movie. I was like, yeah, whatever. But it's like, yeah, as like that I wish it kind of introduced this kind of cool kind of concept that I felt like it had a missed opportunity, but doing something with it. It's one of your, like I said, it's a stereotypical slasher movie. I did like the twist of who the killer was, because it's kind of like there's a red herring halfway, almost towards the end, of who the killer is. You think it's this one person, and then it ends up being one final twist at the very end. And I'll give it credit. This was one, when they reveal who the killer is, you're like, yeah, you know what? That kind of makes sense. Like, it's like one of those, like, it's kind of like a pretty simple answer of who the killer is, and it kind of makes sense. I like that at least it makes sense who the fucking killer is, and like you can answer a lot of questions that you might have had. Like, without getting the spoilers, like how did the killer get this situation or get here so easily, in this one location so easily, or something like that. And I'm like, all right, that was kind of clever. You could tell that this movie wanted to be PG-13, or wanted to be rated R. There's so much like they have to try to cut away from like any really extreme violence in this. There's like even like little splashes of CGI blood, enough that it gets a PG-13 rating. That kind of did drive me nuts a little bit. Like I said, man, this movie could have used that rated R rating. And it probably would have been a little bit better. But, I mean, it doesn't hurt it that much. Like I said, generally love the concept of this movie. Like, it was kind of clever. I'm always a big fan of these kinds of movies where, like, the Groundhog Day aspect. For some reason, I've always gotten into these. All the time, I love these kinds of movies. There's two jokes in this movie that almost normally we're pretty groan worthy in this, that were fucking unnecessary. That made me go, ugh. Oh, there's one in particular that made me go, ugh. There's like a fart joke in this fucking film out of fucking nowhere. The girl meets up with this guy, the dorm room, the guy whose dorm room she ends up waking up in. She meets him at a diner, and they're having a discussion, and she just randomly farts for some reason. Because he was talking about how her, like, just not acting late. Like, she said, oh, you think that's something I'm like, what the fuck was that all about? Like, was that necessary? That fake fart noise? Whatever. Okay, fuck it. I accident like making this attractive girl like fart. Okay. Alrighty then. And then, man, this last joke is just so fucking terrible. There's a joke at the end of this fucking movie where towards the end of the movie where one of the characters tells the girl in the movie, or no, the same guy that she met at the diner. They meet at the diner again later in the movie, and he tells her, "So you know what this situation reminds me of? It reminds me of that movie Groundhog Day." Yes, that is a line in this fucking movie. They fucking break the fourth wall and go, "It's the groundhog." I'm like, oh, fuck you. It's like, and then they had to go one step further with the girl going, "What's that? Never seen that before. I never heard of Groundhog Day before." They're like, "Yeah." He's like, that movie with Bill Murray. She's like, "Who's Bill Murray?" Word of advice to guys out there everywhere. If the girl you want to date says they don't know who fucking Bill Murray is, dump her. I'm sorry. That's a deal breaker for me. Or at least show her a few Bill Murray movies. If she doesn't like any of those, say, fuck you. We have to see other people. That's pretty much a deal breaker for me. I was like, really? Was that fucking line necessary? Like, that was one of the stupidest, like, hey, wink, wink lines I've ever heard in a movie in a long time. Like, that was so stupid. I was like, oh, whatever. I'm trying to think of anything else. Like I said, there's nothing really else that bothered me about this. It was fine. It was like I said, it was perfectly, like, I was like, I walked out of it, that was pretty good. I was like, it was kind of like it was a good comedy. Like I said, there's a lot of funny moments in this fucking movie too. Like, it's not just a straight up slasher movie. It's a pretty decent comedy too. It has some. Also, that girl had some pretty good moments, genuine great acting from her, especially like that scene with her and her dad. It was really good acting from her. I really liked that scene. That was a really good, effective scene. But yeah, I recommend Happy Death Day. Pretty good. I said it was a pretty good sit. I recommend it. As far as trailers go, shoo. What the hell did I get in front of this? Oh, Insidious: The Last Key. I've only seen the first Insidious, and that's it. I hated the first Insidious. The only James Wan movie I have not liked was Insidious. I take that back. I didn't hate the movie. I thought that was one of the funniest horror movies I've seen in a long damn time. I couldn't take that fucking shit seriously. When they were like the thirder and like there were creepy moments about that movie, like that when they actually go into the further and whatever. I actually really did like that, but it's like, yeah, the fucking seance with gas mask, like, what the fuck was that? I still remember that movie. It's like, just what the fuck am I watching? Like, this is supposed to be taken seriously, really? But like, and then I haven't seen the other ones. This is the new one, which is a prequel, which I think the last one was a prequel, and it's like that old lady going to her whole childhood home or something like that, or it like there's elements of that trailer that were fucking creepy. Like that opening part of that fucking trailer was really fucking creepy. That was generally kind of terrifying. I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? I was like, when that trailer started, I'm like, what the hell is this? I was like, oh, it's Insidious. Alright. It's like, okay. And it's January, coming out in January. So that's never a good sign, usually. And the only other trailer I got was Keep Watching. Okay. I had never heard of this fucking thing until couple days ago when I saw this in front of Happy Death Day. I'm wondering if anybody else has seen anything, heard of this before until they got this trailer. It's a new home invasion movie. It's kind of looks like almost like a found footage movie where it's okay. The trailer started out. It's like a family that gets invaded by these masked people, like coming into their house and they're taping them and watching them. And I'm like, is this that Strangers sequel that we've been promised for 8-10 years now? That's supposedly gonna come out next year. Like, that's weird. I didn't know they were finished production on that. I was like, oh, cool. And then they're like coming this Halloween, and I'm like, it's coming that soon? Holy shit! And then it's something. And then I found out it's like something called Keep Watching. I'm like, huh? I was like, the hell? And the weird part about it is, this is a movie that I swear to God, according to the trailer and pretty much all the promotions I've seen of this movie so far, it's only coming out on Halloween night, October 31st at 10 p.m. That's it. I'm like, okay. I was like, so you're expecting people to just go running into the theater to go see this on Halloween night at 10 p.m. I guarantee your movie's going to fucking fail. Are they just not wanting to make money? They're just going to play it one time? I guarantee this will be extended for a week if it gets a little popular. I was like, man, maybe the question is, like, me doing horror movie reviews, will I go see this? I can't, if it's only one time, I can't guarantee you that, because I have fucking a lot of shit to do than just go to the fucking movie theaters at 10 p.m. on Halloween night. And if this movie isn't getting well received, I'm like, oh, fuck that. It looks like a generic every home invasion movie you've ever seen. And like I said, I would think this, plan of releasing only one night at one time of the whole year be fine. But your only marketing I have seen for this is they only release it 2 weeks before the fucking big release of this film. Like, that's the worst marketing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, I guarantee a lot of people don't even know what the fuck this is. I guarantee this movie will fail. It'll be a complete, utter failure of an experiment that will go fucking horribly wrong. But like I said, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's as far as trailers go. Like I said, I'll be watching Babadook and Hush. I'm gonna try to see Professor Marsden and the Wonder Women here in maybe the next couple days, and maybe The Foreigner and The Snowman, and what the hell else? Only the Brave or something. I don't know what the hell else is out. But until then, I'll talk to you guys later.